I'd like to talk for a few minutes about what's been going on in Washington recently. Today is August 5th, 2011, and a few days ago when our rulers in Washington raised the debt limit another $2.25 trillion, they assured us that it would stabilize the financial markets and everything would be peachy keen. Well, yesterday the market went down 512 points, which means that they were wrong yet again, as they usually are. They keep telling us that they're going to borrow our way out of debt. I don't know how you can do that, but they keep selling us this fantasy, and unfortunately the people keep falling for it. I think the only remedy for this is to throw every incumbent out that we can in the next election and elect people who will really cut spending. There should be no more increases in the debt limit, and which after spendthrift Obama gets done squandering the $2 trillion he got the other day, he'll be crying for another increase, and it should not be given to him. In that way, we'll have a balanced budget instantly. We don't need an amendment, although it would be nice to have one. And there are no real spending cuts in this so-called agreement. All it is reductions in future spending. If you call your congressman and ask him how much less we're going to spend next year than we did this year, you'll get a runaround and say, well, we don't know, blah, blah, blah. And the spending will go on, and we'll be deeper and deeper in debt, and pretty soon the debt will be eating up every penny that comes into the government. Right now they're projecting that in the next 10 years the debt will increase by another $7 trillion, which will bring it up to over $20 trillion. Now, if the interest payment on our debt is somewhere around 25 billion or 28 billion, whatever it is, every month, you can see that adding 50% more to the debt will bring our interest payments up to close to $40 billion every month. And that's conservatively speaking. Now, as I say, what we have to do is elect people who at least say that they're going to be responsible with our money. Now, time and time during this discussion about the debt limit, we heard congressmen and senators come on the television news programs and say, oh, in all my 20 years here in Congress, or all my 30 years here in Congress, I've never seen anything like this. Well, the problem is they've been there 20 and 30 years. It's time for them to go home and stay there. We simply can't afford this anymore. Now, there was a lot of talk about closing tax loopholes. I'm all in favor of that. We don't need, as was mentioned, tax breaks for corporate jets and stuff like that. What we should do is close those loopholes, take every penny that comes in from closing those loopholes and apply it to the, not to the interest, not to the interest on the debt, but to the principal. Once we start paying down the principal, it will free up money that that had to be spent for interest payments, which could be applied to retiring more of the principal. And the first thing you know, we'll be making a big hole in the debt payments. So that'll be much less, and we'll owe less money. That's the way to get rid of this anchor that's hanging around our neck. Any candidate or congressman who doesn't think that's a good idea should be thrown out at the first opportunity. That's all I have for right now, but I expect that if anybody watches this, I'll be continuing occasionally to put more of these little discussions on YouTube. Thanks for watching.